First, you have to log on with your Cool Model credentials. You will start in the visualizer of Cool Model with an empty canvas. On the left side of the screen, you'll find the navigation tree of your model. By clicking on the landscape item in the tree, you will be presented with the top-level diagram representing the domains and their interconnections. The domains are also visible in the navigation tree as clickable items. By clicking on the first domain item, the diagram of this domain is shown. In the navigation tree, the subdomains can be expanded by clicking on the plus icon. You will see the domains it's interacting with, and also the subdomains within the selected domain. The subdomains can be collapsed by clicking on the minus icon. As you can see, this way of navigating by clicking on items and expanding and collapsing works for all the domains available in the tree view. Let us dive in a little deeper and move on to the subdomain level. Cool Model has automatically created domains and subdomains for external interactions, REST and SOAP, and also an OutSystems domain with 2 subdomains, the OutSystems platform subdomain and a Forge subdomain. By clicking on the Forge subdomain item in the navigation tree, we move to the subdomain diagram. Here you'll have a view on the subdomains the selected item is interacting with, and again, a view on the internal makeup of this subdomain, its software systems. By clicking on the OutSystems platform subdomain item in the navigation tree, we get a view of this subdomain diagram. We are now ready to explore the Forge system more in depth. We get to see the context diagram of the Forge system by clicking the item in the navigation tree. The context diagram shows the context of the software system and scope. This context consists of interconnecting software systems and actors. The actors are the roles as these are defined in OutSystems. When expanding the software system, you will get a full list of all the containers within the software system and scope. Use the scroll bar to move up and down the list of containers. By clicking on the container diagram link just below the software system, we move to the container diagram. The container diagram shows the context of the software system and scope, and also the containers within the software system, thus providing a next level of detail. The final level of detail in Cool Model is represented by the component diagram. When clicking on the BDD framework container, we get a view of the component diagram. It shows the components within the container and the interconnections with other containers. For each of the containers, the component diagram can be shown by clicking on the link in the navigation tree. Again, we see the components within the container, the connections to other components within the same container, and also the connections with other containers. When your mouse pointer is over the navigation tree, you can access a context menu by right-clicking your mouse. For the navigation tree, you can expand and collapse the full tree using this context menu. Another way of navigating through your model is by drilling down directly in the diagrams. Double-clicking on an object in your diagram takes you to the next level. This way we can drill down from domain to subdomain, to software system, to container, and to component. In this example, we've moved to the Forge subdomain. And by double-clicking on the Forge system object, we get to the context diagram of the Forge system. By double-clicking again on the Forge system, the container diagram is shown. And by using the scroll wheel on your mouse, you can zoom in and out of the diagram to get the view you need. By clicking and holding the mouse button, you can move the full diagram. Now we are drilling down into the next level for the ultimate PDF container. Once we reach the component diagram level, it is not possible to drill down any further. Next to the diagram title at the top, we have the back button to move to the previous diagram. Here we continue our exploration of the model by getting into the component diagram of another container. Using the back button at the top repeatedly, we move up through the different levels of the diagrams until we reach the top level of the landscape diagram. The third way of navigating through your model is by using the search diagrams option at the left side. If we were to look for the BDD framework item, we can just start by typing and the tree is being filtered dynamically. By clicking on any item presented, you will move to the diagram of your choice. Changing the search criterion will change the filtering of your tree view. Once the filtering is to your liking, you can move to the desired diagram by clicking on it in the tree view. By emptying the search criterion, you will get your unfiltered tree view again. To get back to the top level, you can just click on the link of the landscape diagram. You have seen the 3 ways of navigating through your model. The first way is using the tree view on the left side. The second way is using the diagram objects to drill down. And the third way is using the search diagram filtering option. Now you are fully equipped to explore your model.